all across America right now. Shout out to Ryan Coogler, director, famous director. Yes, you know him from Black Panther, but coincidentally, he's the man behind Fruitvale Station, the very famous story that happened. And it's like,
in Oakland.
Man, look at this. He did that. He documented that and brought light to that situation. And now this is a situation which I'm pretty sure God willing, who knows? He has dealt with similar situations privately. This is in the public's eyes. This is the biggest. Like, you can watch. Let's watch the video.
This looks like a dope ass bank. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, this is a real deal bank.
Do me a favor, man. Come this way. Put your hand behind your back.
Why you take
Pause
the
it,
strap
pause
out?
it.
Why you take the strap
Straps out, both of them.
Why you take the strap out?
Both of them straps out.
Clearly not no weapon.
Take the strap out and then put them back. What was the whole point?
They didn't even point. It's like, what is is this like all intimidation?
Yeah.
Bro, I get scared and like when I'm driving, see a cop for no reason, because obviously they're to serve and protect. But PTSD, they're gonna anything could happen. Yeah. I just see them on the other lane, I get nervous. Imagine them coming up to you when you're in your bank about to withdraw your money, and they just come up with guns out. Come up to you with guns out. He's already like, wait a minute. Let's keep it playing.
Man.
Atlanta police detained Black Panther director Ryan Coogler on suspicion of bank robbery.
What's going on, my man? Trying to put money on my own. You said what? Yeah, what's up? This your phone? Yeah, sure.
Good job, guys.
Good job.
Look at that fucking worker. Good job, guys. Bitch, you don't even know what the fuck. What the fuck?
That was probably the people from Washington Trust.
Yeah, over here, this fucking bank. Similar situation with me. They thought we were robbing the bank, but we were outside parked, and they thought I was robbing the bank. Because I had the ski mask and shit. What the fuck is this?
And the note said, I want to withdraw 12,000, be discreet.
So pause it. So that was the bank teller, right?
None of this.
She
It's Atlanta.
needs to be fired.
Fired, man.
Fired and never hired. And she probably will never be hired to a bank teller position because, like, you can't handle this job. Like, you can't handle this job. And it's like,
They be loud, bro.
yeah.
They be loud.
People were like, obviously she's a young woman, black woman. Potentially people were saying that she could be pregnant. They were saying.
She did, yeah. They said she was.
What
But
does that have to do with anything?
it's like, who gives a fuck?
I'm sorry. What does that have to do
She
with anything?
is in the wrong.
Nothing.
She is. Have you not done this before? Like, look at. So for those who don't know, Ryan Coogler had a written note to the teller asking for the money to be handed to him discreetly. So basically, it's like when you go to withdraw money, instead of regularly doing it like in the public with people around and being loud. If it's $20, okay, or if it's $100, something for like a quick check, whatever. I think it was $12,000.
$12,000.
No, I'm telling
And
you,
he's
bro,
in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
He said himself. He's like, there's a history of, especially recent times. At first I thought it was LA, because I know in LA they've been robbing a lot. They've been doing, they've been going wild, right?
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh shit, no, it was in Atlanta. I was like, oh, okay, damn, okay. And now we have him trying his best to, from what he said, what he always does, but people do it to be discreet. You write down a note, like can you do the money from my account? Take the money out.
That's what they do.
Do it behind the counter.
Yeah.
Don't do it in front of me.
100%.
Like,
Bro,
don't bring it out here like this.
When I go deposit money for my job, I take a note. I put a note of like how this is how much I want in change and this and that. And they be mad loud, bro. Right. Like there'll be people. There was one time in there, bro. There was some lady, and she was like, "Oh, you want the 6,000 and all hundreds?
Yeah.
What you doing, bro?
Now you fooled.
You being mad loud.
Now you fooled.
Yeah.
You know
You
what
don't
I'm
know who the
saying?
fuck's in the bank.
Not even that. I've had moments like where it's like your phone number and shit. Like they want you. What's your phone number? You gotta say out loud.
Right.
40 or your social. I'm like, hold the fuck
Yeah.
up. There's people here. Like I'd be like,
Yeah.
I kind of whisper under my thing, and then he's also taking the approach where it's like he's wearing a face mask because he wants to still protect himself, and he also maybe wants to be slightly discreet himself because he is a celebrity. Like he's Ryan fucking Coogler. Like he's a legendary director, has amazing projects coming. So he wants
It's not only that. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's like it's a colored person withdrawing that.
yeah,
much money.
exactly. Even without
what I'm saying?
fame, it's just a fact of the fact. He could be a fucking tycoon, a real estate tycoon in Atlanta that owns mad houses and just
unfortunate.
you never know. But then he happens to be Ryan Coogler, right?
And not only that too, like he had his ID and card and put it in.
Yeah.
So it's not just the note,
It's
right?
in his name.
I'll give you that if like, but yo, he had the card and ID. What do you and so if the woman is gonna be dumb, she went and got the manager, and the manager
was still dumb,
still on some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And even the 911 call, they asked her, they said, "Yo, did you check his ID?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "No." She was like, "So you didn't verify his ID?"
She was like, a feeling in my gut.
A feeling in my gut. Yo, do you understand?
Are you Batman?
That's your baby kicking, bitch.
Yeah.
You're mistaking Braxton Hicks for a feeling in your gut of me being Batman right now. You're not Batman.
This went bad on so many levels. Like, yo, he could have
died right there.
He could have died on site.
And that's the fact of the matter.
If you would have been like, yo, like this, any opposition, boom, laid out.
And it would have been warranted under their eyes.
Under their eyes.
It would have been justified homicide.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it's like in that moment, it's like you can't expect someone, especially if you have any sense of trauma, PTSD, any background, bad experience with cops, or just your friend group, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You can't expect them all the time to like, okay, it's cops, hands up, let me act accordingly. Some motherfuckers might start running because like you don't know. You're scared for your life.
Bro.
And at the same time, that same scared is going to cause your life to end.
Everyone has different emotions when it comes to this.
Exactly. And the same with the cops.
I get heated when I get pulled over by a cop because I know the bullshit they be on.
Yeah, man.
I get tight,
I just shut up. I know I'm 6'2", 240, dark skin. Listen, I sit there, I'm just like, man.
I be giving attitude. I'm sorry. It just happens. It just
I
comes
feel
out because like you
but we need you outside, Doug.
We
need you outside, my
Yeah, I be telling Marlon.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, man.
I always go like on Instagram Live or I FaceTime someone always when I get pulled over. Always.
You know, it's and you know what's so crazy, man, and it's sad because I had this situation before. I was 12 years old. I got beat by police.
Jesus.
Wow.
12 years old, got beat by police. Me and my cousin and two of my friends. They didn't even arrest us. They told us, they said, yo, there was we're coming from playing basketball. They said, yo, we got a report that a car was broken into. We got our basketballs, we're dripping and stuff. We're like, nah, it wasn't us.
Yeah.
So we kept it moving. They were like, well, where you going? We're going back home. And they got out the car, batons, everything, beat us and drove off.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
God.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, man, like the reality of what could have possibly happened is so immediate.
Yeah.
And for that woman, and people sit here and be like, oh, well, she was black. But it's like, still, like she had this notion in her head, you know what I'm saying, about whatever was going down. And it's just like, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Did this bank not do proper training for this teller? Like,
she got to be fired.
What is the bank teller training? Like, is there no protocol here? Do you guys expect everyone to walk in here to just not be potentially a famous person, let alone someone that wants some privacy? Yeah. Just because he didn't do the one-on-one meetings that banks do doesn't mean he can't be afforded the privacy because he's going up to the teller. Yeah. He wants that privacy still. That's why you guys have paper. Yeah. That's why you have everything there to be writing. Like, what is this paper not to be written on? Like, what is this? He literally had his ID and he had his work badge hanging from his pants, which continue playing. I think he kind of says it.
Put in his car.
Yeah. Atlanta Police Department.
But my stomach started turning, like I'm like, okay, it just seems odd because you're making a withdrawal, but you can't get the note on the back of the deposit slip, and you keep telling me look at the note, but you don't want to talk to me.
Oh my God! An alert appeared on Coogler's account because the amount was more than $10,000. The teller notified the superior that she thought Coogler was trying to rob the bank, and 911 was called.
I stated to the officers that arrested me that had their Glocks off. But I was pulling money on my own account.
I understand.
I put my own bank card in there for the lady who went in the back. You know what I'm saying?
So we have to confirm that. You gotta understand. We don't come out because of the seriousness of the call. we don't just come out, and unfortunately, in a situation like that, you don't get the benefit of the doubt. We detain, and then we ask questions later. That's exactly what I went inside.
Ryan Coogler was released shortly after the police verified his identity.
Oh, it's not there. Yeah, hand me that notepad.
The situation should have never happened. However, Bank of America worked with me and addressed it to my satisfaction, and we have moved on, Ryan Coogler said. Because I think this happened weeks ago, but then it was made public recently. The footage finally came out. So even then, there was something that was still private in his life because, okay, this happened, but no one really knew, but now it's made public, and now, they got to deal with this. And I believe it might have been even more serious than we realized, because I remember him, and I watched the full footage, he kept talking about, like, my family or, like, my children's, like, almost like a nurse. It's like an at-home nurse that he was trying to pay or something. So God forbid it's like someone's dealing with something at home, like an illness or something.
This could have went bad.
And it's such something that's so like real deal that they need like a big payment, right? And they only take payment cash. You just want to give them cash, right? And he goes to the bank to get this money for that, and then you're met with another issue. You're already getting money to fix one issue, and then you're met with another fucking issue.
Listen, bro,
this is a millionaire director.
That's how it is, man. That's how it is. When it comes to your own money, bro, the amount of excuses that can be made by like the banks and governments and shit like that is ridiculous, bro.
Man.
It's ridiculous. You ever try to fucking get unemployment?
Oh
my God, bro. It's my money, bro. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of it.
It's
There's money just
crazy,
allocated for
bro.
unemployment that's just sitting there, but they give you such a hard
It's
time to even get that.
crazy.
So imagine,
Fuck.
No. This is wild, man.
They gon' love me for my ambition.